is going down.
Okay, I'm up for the challenge today. After yesterday, the market can do anything. It's right at the 50 EMA. Let me show you. Here on the daily chart, that is, you can see it's right on the 50 EMA. However, some of the other indices are below their 50 EMA. It seems reasonable that the MNQ, micro NASDAQ, will probably go below. However, I'm running an experiment, as you know, to see what happens when we enter bad trades. How do we manage the trade? If we are unable to get out of it, can we scalp our way to profitability? This is a test. This is not how I'm going to always be trading. So I went ahead and entered a trade right off the bat here in the worst possible place you could probably get in. And that is right here at the top, right here, 1 micro. And now the test begins. How am I going to manage this trade? Some of you are saying, get out, get out. I understand in regular circumstances, that's what you should do. And that's what we will be doing after we run this experiment. However, I'm in an experimental testing phase right now. And the whole point is to see if I can take a bad trade, manage it, stay in it, turn it into a profitable trade without blowing my potentially future Apex funded account, which has a drawdown of $2,500. So I cannot go lower than $2,500 on any particular day, or I will blow up a funded account from Apex. Now, if it's going to drop, I hope it drops quick and I hope it drops fast, because the sooner it gets to a low point, the sooner I can start adding and scalping. Okay, from its current price right now where I entered the trade down to this next pivot is about a 487 point drop. It's about a 500 point drop. That's about what it did yesterday when it dropped. From high peak to low peak yesterday was $513. That's a pretty big move. One of the biggest moves it can have. So I'm already calculating where I'm going to add, how I'm going to deal with this. And at this point, you have to just wait. You cannot add anything early. You want to see what that first 30 minutes is going to do. And it may just simply come back up and go back up over the top and completely head fake everybody. And it may just reverse and go up and fool everybody with a head fake to the downside and create a bear trap and go up and hit my profit target. We will see. Okay, we could be in for a roller coaster ride here today. It's pretty early in the morning, but I like how it just strongly moved up off that 50 EMA on the daily chart. It could give us a bounce here. It's a significant moving average on the daily chart, like we saw. But anything could happen. It could go up for a head fake, come back around, reverse. Who knows? But you know, I'm trying to get $50 out of it before I close it, so then I'll enter in different kinds of trades. But the target is a $50 price target for the first trade without closing it. So again, I enter 1 micro, try to get $50, don't close it unless I do, and try not to blow up the $2,500 drawdown on the hypothetical Apex funded account. That's what I'm doing. Okay guys, it shot up real nicely and we got our profit target hit, the $50 for the first trade, and now I can relax and enter in and take trades as I want. Remember, the first entry has to get $50 before I can close it. And that goal has been accomplished. Now I can try to enter back in and take other trades and do it however I want. But you can see right here, $57 on the far right, we reached our $50 plus target. In case you're new, the goal is to not blow up the account, enter a bad trade, and try to make it profitable. Make it profitable by scalping in certain key strategic areas, holding on to the trade, and turning it profitable. Of course, you're not going to be able to turn every trade profitable. I 100% understand that. For instance, this particular trade right here would have stopped many people out when it went under like that. But the way I'm trading with a small amount and willing for it to jump around and add to it gives me freedom to allow it to spike down, stop everybody out, and then go to the top side where we can take our profits. This is where I need to have better experience holding a trade when it goes in my favor and just, you know, not getting out too early. I'd like to take small profits along the way.
Order filled.
This is, you know, I guess I've heard it said you can't go wrong with taking profits, but you can miss out on greater profits. And what I do is my win rate is so high because I take a lot of small profits. So 80 to 85% win rate is because, first of all, I don't take the losses when it just tries to head fake, for one, like this trade right here. I mean, most people would have lost that. So, and then I take the profits when it spikes up. I got right back in, took another one when it spiked up. Now I'm ready for it to pull back, and we'll try to do it again. I wonder what it would be like if I could ever get to the point where I just hold the trade, because today could really be a big win. Well, I just don't trust the market too much. It did miss this pullback right here, 32-point pullback, and it shot up real quickly, swept the top of that liquidity right there. Now look at it coming right back down. This is why I'm being very careful. We're up $100 right now, and I do not look at that move down, and look at that move right past that level as well. This right here is telling me I better beware, because even though the day chart's a little strong, how many times have we seen in the course of our studies prices where that attempt to go up halfway, up a strong candle down, they go up about halfway, and they come down and leave a pintail behind it, only to close at the low of the day, indicating a further move to the downside. That's quite possible here, quite possible. And with behavior like this, it's even more likely. So we better be very careful. Wow, look at this market going up and down and zigzagging. It's pretty wild, exciting. Maybe I'm just not used to trading, the NASDAQ. This is common, I guess, some people say. Catching some consolidation and move back up. See, this looks like it wants to pop back up. It's right in the middle, though. So I'm going to have to wait and see. If it develops a range here, I would like to see that, actually. Okay, I got another trade I need to show you guys. Consolidation, moving up, just jumping around. Once it did this little move here off the moving averages and took off, I literally just jumped on board and rode it up a little bit. I didn't get much, maybe 15, 20 bucks or whatever. And I'm glad I got out. What I'd love to do is develop a discerning intuition of reading candles, momentum, action at key areas, and being able to play, the candles, play the price action. Not necessarily being a bull or a bear that day, just playing the price action. If it looks like it's going down there, take it. If it looks like it's going up there, take it. That's my goal. I want to get that good, I hope. Okay, it's had a big move up. Now it seems like a good time to take a really bad trade. It's come all the way up to 50% retracement. It hits this little pivot right here. This looks like an area it could come down. If I really wanted to test a bad trade, this is the place to go long right here. So I almost don't want to try it because it's going to be quite a challenge. I think it will be quite a challenge to make this particular trade profitable if I go long after such a move into resistance. But let me try it anyway. Let's do it.
Order filled.
Okay, we're going to take the trade. And again, we're doing this on purpose, taking bad trades to see if we can manage the risk, make it a profitable trade by doing something called position scaling and scalping. So you let the price fall, you let it fall to support, and you look to scalp and add to the position and scalp out of it, creating a lower average price. It's quite a feat, and it's not the way I'm going to be trading. To test and see how I can manage risk before I get the funded account. If I can trade this sloppy and reckless and still produce a profit, then I'll feel confident for sure that I can pass a prop firm challenge. So anyway, we're in 1 micro. Let's see what happens. And this is to be expected, of course. We are definitely expecting this kind of activity in an area at 50% retracement. Let's see, on the 60-minute chart. Yep, the Fibonacci goes right up to the 50% retracement, hitting a little pintail pivot. It's a reaction area. We call it reaction areas where it may not actually stop price from continuing to go up, but there should be a reaction, and this is a reaction, and it could be a deep reaction. We don't know. It actually could stop price from going up today. That could be the high for the day. This is a challenge, so let's do the challenge. Let's see what we can do out of this. Okay, let's let it fall back and add one contract right here. Very patiently waiting. Actually, what I did was I added two, and I got my average price pretty low here. I think it was up here somewhere. And I just sold those two for a good little bounce. Okay, you can see right there where I got out. Actually, it was an accident. I only meant to add one. When I realized that I added two, I went ahead and closed it because I kind of threw my mindset off. It was a 14.5 point move up with 2 micros, so I took the profits on it. My average price went from all the way up here to right in this area right here. And so right now we are holding 1 micro and we're hoping that it goes back up to the top here. Okay, so I closed the position. We entered it up here. It fell down here to a key area. I added 2. It was long 3. I got to straighten that out. As soon as it popped up a reasonable amount, right to the 20 EMA, I like to scalp usually to that moving average. Sell the 2, only hold the 1. So instead of holding 1 up here, I was holding 1 down here and let it chop around. And when it gets back up into this area, I just close the position. Again, probably too early. So on the whole thing, we made about 28 bucks. I think I'm long, or $25 or something like that. It's not a big move. I'm just experimenting. I want to see if I can read the markets. I want to see if I can understand reaction areas where price will bounce and understand momentum and things like that. So it's just experimental. I'm just running a test.